Hello, everyone. My name is Kate. I'm going to help our instructor during the webinar and tell you more about the program and the Sigma Academy. So we'd like to know about you. You can text in the chat your age and where you're from. And if you have any experience in programming or if you want to study from scratch. Okay, Nigeria. Great. Maybe some more countries. Where are you from, guys? Okay. During the webinar, you can send your questions to the chat, and at the end, me or the instructor, we will answer them. As you probably know, you can apply for the course on our website, but also soon you will see a link to WhatsApp in the chat. You can click on it to contact our managers. Ask them questions about the course, about the payment options, and apply for the course. It's much more convenient for you, so if you decide to enroll, just click on the link. And now, let me introduce the course instructor to you. Vadim is a data analyst and an instructor at the Sigma Academy. Vadim, please tell us a little bit about yourself and the profession.
Hello, everyone. My name is Vadim Voronkov, and I start collect and analyze data on my first job in 2002. I was an engineer in mobile operator, and I had to analyze loading of channels, traffic channels, users distributions, BTS loadings, and so on. So I start to from downloading data like a text and put it in Excel, make some hand operations. Then I start writing Visual Basic scripts. Then I start connecting directly to databases and gathering data from there. Then I start writing some similar programs for make automatic gathering of data, automatic data collection and analysis. And so step by step, I became a data analyst according additionally to my basic works. So now my first job is a project manager in IT companies, and I use data analysis skills to define the shortest way to reach the goals and to solve stakeholders and leadership's problems. So I also teaching and lecturing students since 2003. And I start business process automation and optimization since 2005. It was also in mobile network operator and then in other companies. So what does data analyst usually do? The first thing you will do if you became a data analyst. It's a communication between data, raw data, and company leaderships or stakeholders. The second is collection, cleaning, and interpretations of data sets for specific purposes. And the third, but not least, is review data to find some insights or ways how data can be used to solve problem or to improve some processes in company. Which skills should data analysts have? What about hard skills? First, of course, it's the SQL, because now you will need to work with big data, with big data sets, and usually it keeps in SQL. In big companies and complex projects, maybe some data engineer will help you with connecting to SQL and gathering data from there. But even with this help, usually you will get a resulting SQL table or even a whole database with needed data. So at least some simple SQL operation, you have to know, have to learn, have to know how to use it. So the second hard skills is Python. Why Python? Because it's first it has big libraries with mathematical operations and with data analysis operations. This libraries has many functions, and they're rather effective to work. And Python, like a language, is rather similar to study. So it's much more similar, for example, than Java or Scala or some other languages. So you can start to use Python very fast. We had 2 practice classes before this webinar on our pre-module for this course. And we saw there that there is no problem for beginners, even with 0 level of Python, start performing some simple operations with data analysis. So the next is the data extraction. So extraction, what we means usually in data analysis, it's almost very close to data mining, but extraction is usually about unstructured data, for example, some documents and so on. Transformation and loading, it's also usually a part of data engineer jobs, but in small projects, small companies, you will not have any data engineer, and you will need to transform data by yourself. At least some simple operations about gathering, transformation, and loading. Data mining is another thing. Mining, it's the like a collection data, like extraction, but it's a process with special tools to find in outer resources, for example, social networks, sites, and so on, data you need for your project. These tools are rather complex, and I will not discuss it in detail now, but it's the difference between extraction and mining. Yes, so extraction is finding some documents, for example, and data are really specific data from outer complex sources. And data modeling, it's the stage of data analysis, a process on which you will define a model, data model for support business processes in a company, or for example, solve problem for your company. So here you need to define which data with which variables and how use and who will work with this data with a certain business process. About soft skills. First, of course, it's communication, because you will have to communicate with peoples, with stakeholders, with leaderships, with other analysts, with data engineer, with your leader, and so on. The second is problem solving, because the goal of data analyst is to find some useful data and apply it to improve something or to solve something. Research, it's a skill you need to know much more and more about the world around you, about people and process around you, to understand better how it works and which details are critical and which are not. So the next is attention to detail, so like the previous one, because you need to understand some small things and define what is important or not. Teamwork, like a part of communication skill. Data modeling again, and data modeling is also a soft skill, because here you will need to communicate very much with your colleagues to define which data are we using every day for the work. So it's like part of usually product or project manager. And the last data analyst skill, self-developing. So self-development is needed now in our time for everyone. And prospects of data analysts. So what about money? Let's start from the advantages. It's a relevant in-demand profession. You can work remotely if your company allows this. So flexible schedule usually, because the most part of the work you will work with data, not with people. And tasks are really very interesting usually. So even data sets in open sources are really very interesting. So I went very more into much interesting things, trying to find data sets for our practical tasks on the previous classes. And about the salary, it's a salary in international companies. So a junior will got about 30,000 a year. The middle level is about 50,000 a year. And the senior can get 80 and more thousands a year. And you should take opinion to difference between these stages. So junior is the specialist who knows some basics operations and can do it well. The middle specialists can define what to do and maybe how to do. So can find some sources by himself and define algorithms of transformation and analysis. And the senior can define, it's almost team lead, can define sources, transformation algorithms, ETL pipelines, prognosis, and presentation results to the leaderships and stakeholders. Usually, if it is okay for you, it gets from 1 to 3 years between junior and middle, and also from 1 to 3 years between middle and senior, because very much things are dependent of your experience and of the quantity of tasks you have solved during your work. So the next, which companies usually hires data analysts? Every companies. So even if some company don't have a role of data analyst, it works with data analysis. So Netflix on the base of data analysis of their users may start performing House of Cards with Kevin Spacey, for example. Uber uses data analysis every second, almost in online mode, to define where are the users, where is the car, how connect them, and what's the price of the taxi. Coca-Cola, in collaboration with Facebook, analyzing your photos and finding out is there a bottle of Coca-Cola or Fanta or Sprite there, and in which regions people drink Sprite, Fanta, and so on. So be careful when you're posting a photo to Facebook. It's all under control. It's all analyzing. So that's it on my part, I think. Oh, no, a little bit. What will we study? We will start from basic concepts of data analysis, such as data types and some simple data processing operation. Then steps of data preparation and common data analysis tools. So we'll start from Excel and Google Sheets. Then go to SQL and some other tools. Then we'll go to Python programming with startup libraries like Pandas and NumPy. Then we'll look through JSON and APIs, and then data analysis, patterns, and graph analytics. And the last, it's usually a part of product manager or even a product owner job, but data analysts also have to do this and know how to do this. It's metrics and cohort analysis and A/B testing. And now, Kate, maybe you will tell more about the details of the program, about the lessons format and so on.
Yes, thank you, Vadim. So let me tell you a bit more about our academy. Our mission is to offer young people from sub-Saharan Africa an opportunity to change their life. We hope to make it possible by bringing about quick and affordable online education that will give them a high-demand digital or IT profession. We've received feedback from our clients and extended the training period from 3 months to 4 months. Also, we've expanded the course program and will cover more important topics and materials. At the same time, the pace of training will be more comfortable for you. So the course lasts about 4 months. You can watch lectures and webinars in the recording when you have free time. Vadim will answer any questions you might have during classes or in a chat. You also will get home assignments that will be checked, and you should also do some independent work. All this work is necessary to gain skills that will make you a good data analyst. So about course program, our course is divided into 7 sections. They are Introduction to the Data Analyst career, Basics of Python, Data Collection and Preparation, Exploratory Data Analysis with Python, Introduction to SQL, Case Study, and Final Project. We take real cases that data analysts work with in life, so you have first-hand experience of solving real problems. Our priority is to train you how to do something, not just give you some knowledge. That's why we focus on practice. Vadim will answer all of your questions about data analysis or work in IT during the course. The final part of our course is the work on your own project. You can add it to your portfolio and it will become a good case for your future employers. It will also prove that you have skills, not just raw knowledge. This concludes our review of the Academy and the program, and I'd like to pass the floor back to Vadim so that he could share more information about the growth opportunities and tips. And I believe that it's invaluable information because you don't often meet such an experienced specialist in data analysis. And also, I remind you that you can send your questions to the chat. And at the end of the webinar, Vadim will answer them. So, Vadim, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Kate. So let's talk a little bit about growth opportunities for data analysts. Here are some rules close to data analyst in IT industries. Why we decide to include this information to the slide? Maybe you're not sure that you will like data analysis, and maybe you not sure you will be good data analyst. And we want to show you the ways of moving forward from these situations. And on the left pictures, you can see that data analysis is closing to data engineer. I've spoke about it later, but earlier, but once again, so data engineer usually provides data extraction, preparation, and loading. So mostly data engineer provides ETL pipelines and helps data analysts and data scientists to do their work. So data engineer took the preparation part of working with data to itself. The advantage maybe for you of data engineer role in some projects, less communications with other people, because many of information technology specialists don't like to communicate more, especially with some leaderships and stakeholders. They like to do their work with the data, with code and so on. So the data engineering is one of the good way to apply your skills and your knowledge. The other possibility you can see, it's the data scientist role. It took maybe from 1 to 3 years also to move from data analyst to data scientist. But you maybe heard something about ChatGPTs, Stable Diffusions, and other artificial intelligence tools like neural networks, yes, or large language models. So these guys, data scientists, are that people who develop and set it up and test it and make it from ChatGPT 1 to ChatGPT 4 now. And the right picture is a way to people who like to communicate with other a little bit more. It's a little bit detailed about tasks and skills for software engineering and the business analyst. So from data analysis, you can move to business analysis. Yes, so it's business process analysis, optimizations, KPIs, dashboards, and so on, and different BI systems to visualize the results. And a little bit more about opportunities to grow. It's a product management. So from with skills of data analysis and business analysis, you can move to product management because all your skills, except also communication for the first and testing of hypothesis, will be needed there to define, for example, what should be the minimal product for the most testing market. So what are the pains of clients and how it can be defined and how the problem can be solved. And small life hack, not for only the future business analysts, but maybe for everybody, because I think at least for one times in the life we have to do some presentations with some graphics. So if you need to show some data visualization, which type of the data chart should you use? The three most popular type are from left to right: the bar chart, pie chart, and an area chart. Which one is better to use and which is worse? Bar chart is the better because people's comparison lengths very good. It's in our blood, in our history, to define destinations and so on. It's our genetical. So if you want to pay attention of watching people to some details for some data, you should use bar chart. For example, if you have a big, long presentation with many graphics, you can use pie chart to split this row, but you should remember that peoples are not so good in angles comparison, and you should use pie chart very carefully, or for example, with unimportant data and conclusions, or more maybe with very simple data sets. And as I already said, you can use it to split a big sequence of bar charts to give some rest to your audience. And the last, the area chart, it's the very bad way to present your data, to make a visualization, because people are very bad in area comparison. So you should try avoiding usage of data chart, area charts by any means. It can confuse your listeners very strong. But maybe you need to hide something or distract attention. That's some dirty trick, but you should know about this. So Kate, maybe you will tell us our viewers about the advantages of Sigma Academy and our course of data analysis.
Yeah, I was about to do that. Thank you, Vadim. Thank you for the insights about the profession of data analyst. So, if you're excited about becoming a data analyst and want to dive into this amazing sphere, we invite you to study at our Sigma Academy. Why you should choose us? Here are 5 main reasons. So, the first reason is interesting lectures and practical lessons with experienced instructors and specialists. All our instructors have experience in the sphere and know how to explain topics so that even beginners would understand. They try to make classes entertaining and focus on developing practical skills. The second reason is support from the instructor and the mentor. You will never be alone during this journey into IT. If you have some questions about the course, the career, or some organizational issues, the instructor or mentors will help you within a couple of hours. The next reason is single-minded people in our IT community. Your classmates and other graduates might become your friends. You can share your insights and experiences, get advice from people who know what it's like to start a new career. The next reason is a chance to become a freelancer or work remotely from any corner of the world. The professions we train allow you to become an independent worker on the freelance market or choose a more convenient format of work. And the last but not least reason is an opportunity to make above $30,000 per year working in an international company. IT specialists are needed everywhere, so you can apply for projects or positions in other countries and get a higher salary than in your country or residence. Um, so, as a thank you for taking part in this webinar, we give you a promo code GoStudy with an additional $200 discount. It means that the final price of the course for you is only $380. And all you need to do to get this discount is to apply for the course on our website and use this promo code before midnight, the 9th of July. You can also pay in installments. So now let's talk more about the installment plan. We can organize it for you without any overpayments and banks. The prepayment will be $60, and after that you pay $80 every month for 4 months. The total sum is the same, $380. And another unique offer is the opportunity to get a refund within 2 weeks after the start of the course if you don't like it. And as you can see, the offer, available time, and the installment plan are much better now. And the most important part, the paid part of the course starts on the 4th of July. So if you want to take part in every class online, be sure to use the promo code and pay for the course before this date. You can also share this promo code for the course with your friends if they're interested in getting new skills and training in a high-demand profession. Also, you can ask questions about the payment and the course to our managers in WhatsApp. The link will appear in the chat. We also think that it's important to show you some reviews from our students who have already finished the Data Analyst course. As you can see, students get a lot of support and it's easier for them to learn even if they start from scratch. We will be happy if you join us. Now it's time for Vadim to answer your questions. If you haven't asked it yet, you have a couple of minutes Don't miss your chance. Vadim, you're welcome. So I can see one question. What documents will I receive after training?
After training, we will give you a certificate with the data program, course program with values for how many hours you spent for theory, how many practical tasks you had, and what was your final project, and what was the result.
Okay, thank you, Vadim. I don't see any more questions in the chat, so I think that we're about to finish the webinar right now. And before you go, let me remind you that you can use a special promo code, GoStudy, that grants an additional $200 discount. Apply for the course before the 9th of July to take advantage of this unique offer. So we were happy to be with you at this webinar and hope to see you on our course. Thank you and goodbye.